Hey there! Today I'm going to show you how to create a campaign and also how I document it in my system. So here in ActiveCampaign, our email service provider, or ESP for short, I click on Campaigns. Now a campaign means I'm sending it on the fly. It's different from an automation, which is set up ahead of time. And when a trigger happens, it will automatically send an email. But a campaign is more like I'm going to sit down and write a newsletter or write an email and I'm going to send it today. So that's what a campaign is. It's sort of on the fly. It's not automated based on a trigger like a contact entering your database and expecting something to happen, like to get a welcome email. So a campaign is on the fly, as I call it. So we're going to create a campaign, and we're going to click on Create a Campaign. And when we do that, this is an internal name. And what I've learned is that for ActiveCampaign, it's best to name the internal name, the subject line, and even maybe more than the subject line, so that you know what you sent when you go back and look at it. So what I mean by that is I've drafted up an email right here, and I've figured out what the subject line is going to be. So later on in this process of creating a campaign, pretty much in the design phase, it'll ask me for the subject line, but this is internal behind the scenes, but I want to know what the subject line was later, maybe a week from now, a month from now, and it's hard to find in ActiveCampaign, so it's better to put it right here in the internal name. So we might even put two pieces of info, like whole list. This is going to go to my whole list, and what else would I want to maybe put in here? Oh, call to action. Call to action is check out the site. So that tells me everything that I'm doing with this campaign. It tells me what the subject line is. It tells me that who I'm sending it to. And it tells me what my purpose was for this email, which is pretty much at the bottom. You know, go check out the site. You tell them what to do. What do you want them to do when they're reading this email? Do you want them to sign up for something? Do you want them to click something? Do you want them to buy something? Do you want them to share something? And so that's called the call to action, short CTA. So we're just telling them, go look at the site. What we should say is go check out the new site, read a post, leave a comment. Yeah, make them do something on the site. Okay, so that's what we're telling them to do is check out the site and share it, basically. All right, so now we're going to move on. I always just leave it on standard, okay? I'm going to click Next. What I should, actually, previous, I want to document what I just copy. Next, because we document it in our spreadsheet. So boom, now we know which one we're working on. All right, we're going to send it to the whole general list. We're not going to segment them down into just a portion of the list. Next. And we could start from a template if we want. I have templates down in here. You've got Jennifer Goodwin Mail. But what I've just been doing lately is just starting from scratch. And then I decide between the first two, either just text only or something with an image. And for this particular one, this is going to be text only. Okay, there's no images in here. It's pretty basic. It's cut and dry. So I'm just going to do a text only for this one. Now we have the subject line. Like I said, it asks you for the subject line later on in the process, in the design process. So we're going to put that in there, and that's what the people are going to see on their side when they get it in their inbox. Continue. We're going to first insert their first name. insert personalized content, first name. We're going to put a comma, and we're going to put hi at the beginning, just like we were writing a letter, a notice. Then we're going to come over here to my draft. We're not going to take this stuff because we just personalized it. So we're just going to take this, copy, paste. We're going to look at it. We're going to read it, make sure that there's no typos. And then I launched another website last week for the True Law Awareness. It's called selfgovernyou.com. Over the next few months, we tested out a blog post to video software, and this is how it came out. Pretty cool, huh? It does it automatically. We then added, not it, that's a pronoun, the video to the blog post we made. I always like to drop these down below the line. I am in the middle. Say again. Leave a comment on it, telling them what to do. I am in the middle of my Law Comment Eye exam with John Little, and it's been fabulous working with him behind the scenes. He's been shutting down courts for over 15 years and will be one of our first guests on the show. Over the next 2 weeks, we start working on a Patriot project that is nationwide, and we will also be launching a prepping survival company with one of our fans in New Hampshire. So much happening, and just wanted to keep you in the loop. Go check out the new site, read a post, leave a comment, and share the site and the video to as many people as possible as we get this off the ground together. Selfgovernyou.com, virtually yours, Jennifer. Okay, next. Now the subject, I forgot to, oh, okay. I don't think there is a pre-header text. Pre-header text is like a second subject line. And I don't think there is a pre-header text on the text only. So if I click edit. Nope. And same thing here, it won't show. So there's no pre-header text on this particular standard text-only email, which is fine. No biggie. Okay, we come down, we make sure that it still looks good. General. Address is Jacksonville, Florida, Jennifer Lane. And this is where we could schedule it if we wanted to for tomorrow. I'm not going to. I'm going to send this one right now, and we make sure that it says passed, spam check. If it doesn't pass, it'll tell you why it didn't pass. Your subject line has a dollar amount, or you use this particular word too many times. So 99% of the time it says passed, but the few times that it doesn't, we go back and correct the issues. And if everything looks good, we just hit send now. And then the final step is to document it. So we basically come down here. It's saying that it sent it. We right click and copy the link. And we come back over to here and we put the link in. And this should be, let's see, not applicable because that was a text only. See if there's anything. We sent this to our whole list, so that's general all. The content category was self-govern you, and so that was law. So that's law. We can even start putting self-govern you if we want to. Call to action, share the site, and the date. Just so we know when we want to go back what we sent if we want to repurpose something or check out how well it did. That's it. And we can close this out. And we can do this again when we're ready to send another email.